So tell me, I did have the opportunity to sit in a couple of your presentations actually, and you got quite a story with KingFit.
Yeah.
And you had some failures. I'm interested in what those failures might have been and what the lessons learned was.
Yeah, so for me being, again, first-time entrepreneur and just not having any experience with it, one of our biggest mistakes early on was, again, trying to get the full project pitched and delivered in the very beginning instead of breaking it into pieces and really focusing in on that niche market and who we were going to serve. So I think we lost some investors early on there, but learned from that because we got the feedback of, well, we don't feel like you're focused enough, you have this huge grand scheme, and well, what are you going to do with it? So it was really learning how we were going to deliver the content and the education, learning how we needed to pitch the idea, how we needed to construct our business model by failing with some early opportunities, but always listening. So the good thing about investors is that they give you the immediate feedback. This is why I'm not investing. And a lot of entrepreneurs put their blockers up and think, well, he just doesn't get it. I don't like this guy anymore, blah, blah, blah. But for me, it was, again, I need to listen because he's going to tell me what this next guy is going to be thinking when I go talk to him, and I can answer those questions beforehand.
So did you find that a lot of people were interested in the how part of it more so than the long-term vision? I mean, they're obviously interested in vision, but they're interested in how you're going to get from point A to point B.
Yeah.
And the steps in between, so they know you had a plan.
Yeah.
Was that
but I think
significant?
I would say it was about 75-25. So 75% they were bought in from the passion and from the story.
Sure.
And they thought, if this guy gets thrown down a mountain, he's going to get up and climb back up the mountain, which was a huge part for them wanting to invest. But then that 25% was, well, what is his sophistication in this area? What is his knowledge? How's he going to execute? And even though we got multiple meetings with the same investor to that 75%, we'd lose him in that last 25 early on. And so it was for us, the last 8 months was, how do we get this last 25 to be precise so that when we win them over with the 75, we come in the due diligence phase and execute on that last 25 as well.
So I've sensed a bit of a transformation in Wichita, say in the last 3, maybe 4 years, in terms of the acceptance of entrepreneurs, the accumulation of talent and bringing people together in a collaborative way. And so what you're doing is you're kind of confirming for me from your side of the fence that may be an accurate statement.
Yes, we took full advantage of all the resources that are available. We attended all the events, met with as many people as possible, went through the E2E program, and again, that's carried us over the last 12 months.
So maybe what you're also telling me then is you get out of the environment the extent that you put into it.
Yes.
So you just didn't sit back and let it come. You actually got engaged and went and talked with people. You got involved in events, and you sought out E2E people. And part of the success that you're generating is the effort that you're putting forth.
Yes.
Do a lot of young entrepreneurs in the community put forth that much effort?
So that's why I'm glad you brought that up because there's a group of entrepreneurs who like to complain about there not being anything here, but then they just sit in the house in their closet all day and try to do everything through the internet, which doesn't work. So that is a problem that my peers are facing is, well, there's no opportunity in Wichita. And I said, well, how long did you spend out there talking to people? And they're like, well, I haven't talked to anybody yet. So I'm like, there's your problem. So it definitely takes the effort to get out there.
But also what we're saying, and I'm glad to hear that from the business side of the community, the established business side, if you will. I'm encouraged to hear that because what you're telling me there, the environment is there and it's growing. And it's up to the individual or individuals, if you will, to get engaged in the environment to make it work for them.